we should be going.
All right. Welcome and thanks for joining us here tonight. If you want to skip ahead around 4 minutes, that's what the theme music will hit and all the shenanigans will start. Meanwhile, it'll just be the missus and I and Mark when he gets here, yakking about what's going on there. So
There, that's
that's
what I
on.
was. That's what I was talking about. You can see it. The listeners can't see it,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
that's
I
what I was
remember.
talking about.
So if you, this is the band called Oasis
We're talking
doing.
about their music video, Champagne Supernova.
And there were these little, I don't know if you recall them. Mine, I had one of them that was red as well. It was, you could blow into it, but it was also a piano. I don't even, I'm sure it has some sort
Yeah,
of
probably
name.
some name. But one of the guys is playing it in the band, and I was just watching the video, and I was like, huh, I didn't realize they used that in the video. I guess I'd never really paid that much attention to the video.
I've never seen the video. All
Well,
right.
you've seen part of it now.
I have seen part of it.
Yeah.
And here's the problem is we're on live at the same time as John B. Wells, which is a shame.
I guess I don't know what that means.
Well, John B. Wells should never talk about your competition, right? Okay. And let me pull up your website. So I was, this is probably won't make it to the show, but as banter beforehand.
Tim Turner says hi, and there's no link at the blog.
There's no link to the
That's what he
blog?
says. He says there's no link at the blog.
Well, let's fix that.
Hi, kitty cat. You come over here, get your head scratched. Hmm?
Yeah.
Come here. Come here.
All right.
You're on my cords, cat. Don't freak out, but you can say hi. There. PJ says hi.
Why didn't it post? I told it to post. Thanks, Tim.
Don't yell at us. We had nothing to do with it.
Yeah, this is totally me. I hit the go button.
You purr into the mic, PJ. Soft cat purr. You can't stay up here the entire podcast. Oh no, you're a good kitty. You're a good kitty. You have to talk, because otherwise it's just me
Well,
sitting here
I'm right now,
whispering sweet nothings to our cat.
and I think people would probably like that. So you have to keep going because I need to find the
Okay.
page so I can make it go.
Well, PJ wants me to sit here and just continue and whispering sweet nothings to her. Can you meow again?
Meow.
Is that Mark?
That must be Mark, yes.
Sorry.
PJ, you sound strangely like Mark tonight.
Yeah, but it's that one. Maybe. Yes, it's that one. Thank you, Tim. Yeah, it should be up. All right, we're about a minute out.
Yeah, a little less than that.
I had some banter ready to go for, well, I'll save it for the actual show, I guess.
Yeah, you just have to wait now.
And wait and wait and wait.
Oh no, it took me to Led Zeppelin. I mean, not that that's a bad thing, but but I'm here for us. All right.
See,
Tonight's show is
PJ's
cat.
getting positive commentary here. First of
Yeah,
all,
I saw
PJ.
that. Tonight's show is cat ASMR. All right. I better get my. Yeah. Get stuck in a Twitter
Well, I
zone.
think it's time to go because we have movie
Well, then I
sign.
hit the go button.
Bombs and bands. Bombs and bands.
All systems go.
Bombs and bands.
Defiance.
Bombs and bands.
This rebel has a cause.
Bombs and bands.
We begin as wanderers, and we are wanderers still.
Welcome, everyone, to the 125th live edition of Bombs and Vance and Wednesday Rants. As always, I'm your dedicated and humble host, John Wilder, coming to you from the penthouse control room of the majestic Wilder Industries skyscraper. With me, as always, is Mark.
Hey, everyone.
And the missus.
I have to adjust everything because my podcast companion is very happy where she is, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So you're just moving everything about so the cat can stay right
so
where
the
it
cat
is.
can stay right where she is, yes.
Well, the cat came back. You knew it was a goner.
And it's been very warm lately, so she's
Mhm.
shedding ferociously,
Ah.
making my nose itch.
Oh,
I know, you can't help it. You can't help it that you're beautiful. Oh, okay, we're done. Bye-bye.
okay.
She's out of here.
All right, so we're done with cats. And speaking of cats, let's talk a little bit catty about Molly Ringwald. Molly Ringwald says that she thinks all those 80 movies that she was in should be redone, and they should be done with a diverse cast. And my thought is they should be done more whiter, even more white.
And to make up for her part in that, she should supply the salary for the person who plays her role.
I think so, because of her
Mm-hmm. Her privilege.
yeah, that's right, her privilege. So, Mark, how was your weekend?
Well, it was okay. It was okay. Nothing exciting.
What was the best thing that happened this weekend? I got to draw it out. Got to draw it out.
Well, I got to sleep in on Saturday. That was the best thing.
That's
always a
always
good
a
thing.
bonus, yes.
But that was because I stayed up way too late the night before. So,
Was it staying up too late for a good reason?
yeah, actually, the family, we'd been watching a movie or whatever, and it ended, and I just started playing around on YouTube, and everybody had gone to bed except for my oldest son. And anyway, I don't know whether something came up on YouTube or whatever, but I found out that he'd never seen the original Total Recall with Arnold Schwarzenegger. And so we decided to watch that. The problem was it was already like almost midnight. So
Yeah, Philip K. Dick
it's a
has some
rather late show.
interesting ideas. The band could not write his way out of a paper sack. He was not a very good writer. But that's just my theory. The missus, what was your highlight from the weekend? Or the last week?
I don't know. That's a tough call. It's been a very strange week for me.
It's been a strange week.
I'm going to have to just be mysterious, and that's all I can say about it.
Well, like Mark, I stayed up really late. I was playing a video game on Saturday night, and pretty soon it became Sunday morning. And I did get to bed before the dawn came up, but I could see it from there. So I was being very naughty. Anyway, are we ready to go into this business we call show?
Well, I do have funnies to start with.
Well, start them up.
Okay, here's the first one.
Did you make that?
I did not make that, no.
Okay.
And the second one.
Yeah. I like it. I did see this person who demanded that her child get her scissors to cut her dress, which was stuck in the car door, and then afterwards her daughter opened the car door and just put the scissors inside. Yeah, yeah, so I know. All right. Is that what you got?
That's what I had. That's my funnies.
All right. Well, item number one: another week passes, another week closer to an all-out war in the Middle East. Happy thoughts. But hey, no mean tweets, right? This is from 9 News Australia.
As the Israeli War Cabinet met again to thrash out how to react to Iran's weekend attacks, a promise by the IDF there will be retaliation.
Iran will face the consequences for its actions. We will choose our response accordingly.
Meeting Iraq's Prime Minister at the White House, President Biden reaffirmed support for Israel.
The United States is committed to Israel's security.
Oh, this is security. Oh, Mark, your thoughts?
Oh, I don't know if you want to hear my thoughts.
I'll give you mine. It's the Middle East. It's not here. Let them have it.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if you saw my blog post on surviving a nuclear attack thing. There was an article, but
I did.
Yeah, my preview on that though with the Samson option. I mean, I really am not sure whether we're helping them because we want to help them or because we're afraid that they'll just go berserk and start nuking everybody around them.
Well, if they do go berserk and start nuking everyone around them, at least we will have a great cure for spring allergies. That was a segue.
I know. I heard it. That was my cue. Here we go. Are you tired of being the red-eyed monster every allergy season? Yes. Introducing Red Eye Rid, the allergy medication that stops your sneezes but turns your eyes as red as the devil's. We have harnessed the power of nature and added a dash of mischief to create Red Eye Rid. It stops allergies in their tracks, but beware, you might just turn into a real-life vampire. With Red Eye Rid, you'll never have to worry about blending in with the crowd again. Embrace your inner vampire and conquer allergy season with style.
I used to dread allergy season, but now I love it. Thanks, Red Eye Rid, for giving me the ultimate villainous makeover.
My friends used to call me Rudolph during allergy season, but now they call me Count Sneezula. I don't think it's better.
Side effects may include increased sensitivity to sunlight, an insatiable craving for garlic-free cuisine, and an inexplicable urge to sleep in a coffin. Ask your doctor if Red Eye Rid is right for you. Red Eye Rid, because sometimes being a little bit evil is worth it. Red Eye Rid is a subsidiary of Slapcop Health. Red Eye Rid.
And how many refunds if it doesn't work?
None, but you do get to be a vampire, so you got that going for you.
It's the gift that keeps on giving. But what if you're a vampire and still have allergies?
Oh, that'd be the worst.
Yeah, what if you're a vampire and you're allergic to blood?
Oh, so many things I'm going to just skip on right there. Pro-Palestinian protesters have been crawling out of the woodwork recently. A bunch of them shut down the Golden Gate Bridge in San Francisco this week. Many of them have been swarming colleges. Why? Because they can. But not at Pomona College. Here is college president Gabriel Starr addressing a group that had taken over an administration building.
Excuse me? Everyone in this building is immediately subject to suspension. Harassment is following me with a camera. That is now clear. If you do not leave within the next 10 minutes, every student in this building is immediately suspended from this institution. If you are from Pomona, if you are from elsewhere, you immediately will be banned from this campus.
There's a solution to this.
What's that?
We could send them to Palestine.
Right. I think that's a good idea. They actually did arrest 19 people from this protest. Here's one bravely being let out, wearing a mask, of course, because why would you not? I mean, you're so committed to your cause. Why would you not want everyone to know that it was you who was committed to your cause? Because you want to be able to get a job when you graduate from college.
Or maybe they're still afraid of catching COVID.
That could be it, too. It is California. I think that's in California. It feels like it's in California.
I still occasionally see people with the masks, the paper masks on, so.
I sometimes see them, too. And again, I think, especially, here in Mayberry where we live, that I think they do it because they're kind of petty criminals, and that's how they get away with that stuff.
I think we should send them to Palestine, too.
Oh, I don't disagree.
Wear a mask, go to Palestine.
Mm-hmm. Yup.
Yep.
Well, the air's
Okay.
probably fresher. I mean, it's that fresh sea breeze.
Send them to Palestine and give them some of the irid, the red
Red eye
irid.
red. Yes.
Mhm. All right. Well, let's continue on. We're going to. I thought we had. Oh no, that's a jackass. Have you ever wondered how the Trump phenomenon came about? It's a tough question to be sure. Thank God we have Katie Couric, that mistress of hard-hitting journalism, to explain it to us. Here she is on Bill Maher's pot smoking show, Club Random.
It has never been such a stark divide. Right. And I feel like, to your point, Bill, the socioeconomic disparities are a lot, and class resentment is a lot, and anti-intellectualism and elitism is what is driving many of these anti-establishment, which are Trump voters,
right.
or anti-establishment
Absolutely.
voters. So I think that is a huge problem that we have to address. I mean, globalization and, the transition from an industrial to a technological society. I mean, I don't know if you've ever been jealous of what someone else has or resentful. It is such a corroding and bitter, almost bile feeling.
Right.
And I think that when people who are really struggling see people who have everything and are on top of that looking down on them, it is just a recipe for such anger and resentment.
Wow,
See,
project much?
it's just because we're so jealous of people who live in Manhattan.
The hilarious part is we want nothing of their lifestyle.
But they can't fathom that. They look
Oh
at those
my
of
God.
us who live in Mayberry. And
In the
go,
hinterlands, yes.
Oh, it's so sad. I mean, they could come to New York and live here. I mean, they couldn't afford it because they're just so stupid. They're just a bunch of rednecks. They get lost looking for the well to get their water.
Oh. Oh.
Yeah, Tim Turner says the establishment is driving the anti-establishment movement. Yeah.
Oh,
Tim, spot on.
Well, we know the solution. Peter Turchin wrote about it in his book. And it's fewer elites.
Fewer elites. Fewer elites. That time is coming. Oh, God. Yeah, and there is no moment of my life I've been jealous of Bill Maher or Katie Couric. Things that haven't happened, that. Oh, my. I need a shower
I
now.
know, right?
All right.
I just want to tune in more to hear her explain more of my life to me. Because,
Okay.
I'm so stupid, I can't figure it out for myself.
Oh, you're jealous of her.
That's exactly it. I'm so jealous.
Oh, come on. She had a colonoscopy live on the air.
I know.
She did?
Yes. That's breaking journalism for you.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right. We'll stay away from Katie Couric's butt, and we'll move to the farthest north city on the planet, which is probably pretty far from Katie Couric's butt.
Yeah,
With a
well,
population
thankfully. So let's just start with pointing out where in the world the places that we're talking about. So here's our map of Northern Europe, right? So you can see, here's my little arrow. Let me grab it. See, there's, the Scandinavian countries are all down here.
That was the pipe. Yeah, there you go.
Right there, yeah. So the place we're talking about is on the island of Svalbard, which is part of Norway, and it's right there. And the place we're talking about is, I'm not explaining it for you, maybe. There might be people who don't. So that's the little place we're talking about. A little close-up view of it right there.
Just if I have any leftists in the audience, there is no large red arrow above the planet. Okay, that's just.
No,
I know there aren't
right
any
there
left.
on Greenway or Greenland.
Yeah. Katie Couric, the arrow isn't real. The arrow is not real. So anyway, there's a population of 2,300 people in Svalbard.
No, not in Svalbard. In Longyearbyen is the name of the town we're talking about. Yeah.
And actually, there's some. Remember that movie we watched about the Russians? that was
Yes.
filmed up in that area.
I would imagine.
Anyway,
Yeah.
there's a population of 2,300 people, and you're not allowed to die there. You thought your homeowners association was strict.
Yeah. Here's a little explanation about the place from just some YouTuber who lives there.
Welcome to Longyearbyen, the world's northernmost town. It's located on the island of Svalbard, high up in the Arctic. This island is the home of many polar bears and also the place that I have called my home for the last 4.5 years. This cute little village has a population of around 2,300 people, coming from more than 50 different countries. Longyearbyen is the last stop for the North Pole, and our seasons here can be quite rough. Temperatures drop to below 40 degrees during winter. We experience 2.5 months of total darkness in our polar night, and in the summer, we live with constant daylight for 4 months. Even so, I would say that this is the best place on earth.
It does sound like heaven to me.
And I pulled a picture of the town in as that video, as some sound was playing there. Yeah, it might be the best place on earth, not despite those things, because of those things.
And think of all those polar bears dying because of the global warming and the fact there's no ice up there anymore.
I know, absolutely no ice. You can't see it at all in that picture.
So just letting you know, Svalbard is on my bucket list for blog visitors. I've had visitors from almost every country in the world. None from Iran, none from West Korea, and none from Svalbard. I've had visitors from the Falklands, okay? The Falkland Islands,
wow.
All right? Yeah, but I've never had anybody from Svalbard. If you're listening out there, guys, come to my blog, or West Korea. So.
Oh, wouldn't it be great? We could go to Svalbard and do our podcast live from there. It'd be a remote. Get it?
They have decent internet there. That's why I'm,
Yeah, well.
And in fact,
Scandinavians, they're industrious people.
So maybe one night I had been drinking and I did plan a vacation to and there's a hotel and there are multiple bars, and so we would be fine. So, but the one thing, if we did go there, we'd have to figure out how to deduct it. And in order to deduct it, we would need some pretty good tax software.
Taxes.
The word strikes fear into the hearts of many. But what if I told you there was a new tax software package that not only makes filing your taxes easy, but also gives you the peace of mind that only comes from dealing with the most powerful entities in the underworld? Introducing Cartel Tax. The tax software package created by cartels and organized crime syndicates, because when it comes to getting your taxes done, why not trust the experts in accounting? Plus, you get access to exclusive features like money laundering assistance and offshore account management. And don't forget our customer service team, available 24/7 to answer all your questions, whether you're wondering about deductions or how to avoid the IRS. Join the thousands of satisfied customers who have already discovered the benefits of cartel tax. Say goodbye to tax season stress and hello to a future filled with financial security, courtesy of the most reputable names in the business. Cartel Tax is not responsible for any legal repercussions resulting from the use of our services. Use at your own risk. Remember, snitches get stitches. Cartel Tax, because when it comes to taxes, it's better to be feared than audited. Cartel Tax is a fully licensed tax software subsidiary of Slapcop Incorporated. Cartel Tax.
I really do like that line. It's better to be feared than audited.
So is this for like the people that can't afford a top-end tax firm in Memphis?
Oh, yeah. There's your John Grisham reference for the night. All right. Well, would we like to take a stroll down Conversation Street or move to the jackass?
And now it's
Go for it.
And now it's time for us to take a stroll down the smooth sidewalks of Conversation Street.
And you can't see it, but the studio audience did see that I was wearing a Helen Reddy t-shirt. Boy, does anyone even remember who Helen Reddy was? She is still alive. All right, I am Woman Hear Me Roar. So this weekend, actually on Monday marked the beginning of Donald Trump's trial in New York City. So far, it's been, I would call it a circus. Immediately, 50 of the jurors were stricken for cause. Immediately, just because they hate Donald Trump so much. The one juror today, this was not today, maybe it was, I'm getting my days mixed up. I was out of town. One juror tried to say that they were going to celebrate after the election because they thought it was a workers' COVID celebration. And so they wouldn't let them strike that juror for cause. Trump made some sort of snide remark and was admonished by the judge. Mark, I don't know if you followed this at all, but what's your take on this one?
Actually, I haven't been following it.
The
So I have no
missus.
take.
I haven't been following it terribly closely. I mean, I think most of us are of a mind that it's really just a sham lawfare trial, right? Because
Absolutely.
It's just a show trial. It's just another excuse to try to keep them from being eligible to run or eligible to be sworn in or whatever their delirious fantasies are.
And they're
Well, and how,
purposely doing it in a place where they know he can't get a fair trial because he's so hated in New York. And they haven't done anything to not poison the well through the media, so.
Well, and it's a stupid trial anyway. I mean, they keep on calling them, hush payments or whatever. But I mean, in the normal world, they're called settlement agreements.
Yeah.
You pay someone to just drop their frickin' lawsuit or claim.
well, there's that. So the consensus, is there any way he gets a fair trial?
No.
No way.
Is there any way that he is not convicted?
I don't know. That's who can say?
Mark?
Yeah, I don't know. It's
So here's my take. He will not be convicted because there will be a lone juror that holds out and there will be a hung jury. Take it to the bank. And it's going out. So, and if I'm wrong, you can call me a jackass.
Is it that time? Are we done with
It's that
conversation? Treat? Okay.
This is Neil Young. And I'm proud to present my brain jackass of the week.
All right. There's a person called Leslie Jones who claims to be a comedian, but I've never seen her do anything remotely humorous. But it's kind of a shared nomination with a YouTuber, an influencer named Lene Vanille. But Jones reported it. The former SNL alum, also known for Ghostbusters 2016, which...
Yeah, that's where you'd know her from, if not from SNL.
Yeah, had this racist tirade against Donald J. Trump, stopping at a Chick-fil-A in Atlanta.
On the way to a fundraiser here in Buckhead, Donald Trump carried his cracking ass down to Chick-fil-A in the West End. Now, for anybody who's ever been to Atlanta, you know good and goddamn well there is no reason you should ever need to pass through the West End to get to Buckhead from Hartsfield-Jackson. But he decided to stop there anyway to take pictures with the staff and give out free milkshakes to customers. I bet money he wanted to give out free chicken. But somebody on his team said, now that's a little bit too on the nose. I think they'll find us out if we give the inner city blacks free chicken.
So, if black people don't like chicken, why were they hanging out at a Chick-fil-A? It's literally all they have.
Plus, I understand the staff there was happy, pleased that he showed up and happy to pose for photographs with him and everything.
All right, so that is as bad as that is. Save your votes, and remember, folks, online, you need to vote for this. Number 2, our second Jackass nominee, takes us to Bakersfield, California, that hotbed of intellectualism, where a protester learns that there are.
Well, she's young. She's 28.
She's not young.
I mean, it's old enough to know better, but you know.
It finds that there are, well, again, in fact, limits to the First Amendment.
My name is Riddhi Patel. I'm here to speak in support of the City Council introducing a ceasefire resolution, specifically the one United Liberation Front.
And this is a long clip, by the way, and it's still scoped, but this is still worth it. So here we'll resume.
Has drafted. I don't have faith that you'll do this. You guys are all horrible human beings, and Jesus probably would have killed you himself. The thing is, though, it's very clear to me as someone who's been an organizer for the past couple of years that none of you care because you guys don't care about anything happening in Palestine or any other country where oppression occurs because you don't care about the oppression occurring here. And when the city budget comes up this summer, I know that you guys will vote to increase police funding. And I understand that you guys are all horrible people. But the thing is, as a Hindu holiday called Chaitra Navratri starts off this week, I remind you that these holidays that we practice, that other people in the global south practice, believe in violent revolution against their oppressors. And I hope one day somebody brings the guillotine and kills all of you motherfuckers. So regardless of whether you elect people into office, they'll backstab you, they'll let you die, and for that reason, you guys want to criminalize us with metal detectors, we'll see you at your house. We'll murder you.
Yes, indeed. Arrested right after that little tirade. So my question is this. Why did she get her fat ass to the United States just to be oppressed?
Because it's a lot safer than where she was?
I think they should send her to Palestine. But anyway, folks.
Well, no, because there's more follow-up to this story.
Well, I know there's more follow-up, but we have enough for the jackass vote. We can follow.
Well, I just want to say that she was indeed arrested, charged with 16 felonies, because there are 6 people on the city council, and so that is 6 death threats, and then 10 more attempting to organize an act of terrorism or something like that. And so here's a picture of this poor little oppressed person crying at her first court appearance.
But at least her prison outfit matches her eyes.
Yeah.
Okay, 1 versus 2, folks. Mark, what's your take?
Oh man, this one's a hard one. I mean,
That's what she said.
I really hate Jones, but I hate these terrorists that come across the southern border. Oh man. Oh, I'm gonna go with, gosh, I'm just so torn. I want to vote for them both. I guess if I'm forced to pick, I'll go with number 2.
I'm sorry, Mark. You have been overruled. The voice of the people has spoken. Codex and Tim are solidly on 1, and I can go there too. And again, Codex said number 1 because number 2 got prosecuted.
And this has been the Brain Jackass of the Week.
And just like a late vote, after all the ballots have been counted, Quizzer jumps in with 2. She deserves a consolation prize. Actually, again, my vote is
a swift kick in the ass as we boot her out of the country.
Well, I think she should be the first member of the Indian space program, and we should use a trebuchet to see if we can achieve orbit with it.
I think
the first Indian woman on the sun.
With the number of terroristic statements that she made, I think she deserves to spend some quality time in a federal supermax.
I think she will. I mean, that's a lot of felonies. And the funny thing is, like I said, that wasn't just one speech. She got up and spoke twice. The Bakersfield City Council or City Commission, whatever it is the hell they have, was very patient with her the first time. It was only after the second time that finally one of the cops in the room stood up and said to the chairperson, that's a threat. I need to arrest her.
Yep. So Mark, last week we talked about a new feature, 2 minutes of Mark on guns in 1 minute. Are you ready?
Oh no, I totally forgot.
Okay. So now it's our time for our feature, 2 minutes of guns in 1 minute with Mark.
Oh my god.
I don't even have a sounder for it, so.
Oh, shoot. Yeah, I was going to prepare for that too, and then I totally spaced off.
All right.
So
And,
two
and
minutes
that
of
has been
gun. Well, I did see something sort of interesting the other day. I didn't watch the video, but I saw the little thumbnail. Somebody taken a 50 caliber rifle and they'd sawed the barrel down so short
those
that the
demolition
bullet
rants.
was actually sticking out of
Those
the
demolition
new
rants.
muzzle.
We watched that one. Yeah, that was good.
Oh, did they actually shoot it?
Yeah. Shot through a chronograph too.
And did it hit anywhere near the target?
Not particularly, no. Demolition Ranch. Okay, here. All right. It's one of the things that's really important for a YouTube channel of our size, because we can send literally maybe dozens of people off to Demolition Ranch, which only has about 8 million subscribers. So I'm more than willing to give up a little bit of our platform so that, he can have another Hummer.
Here, I found sound effects for Mark.
All right, and that has been 2 minutes of guns with Mark in 1 minute.
I'll do better next time.
All right, time for...
Think real fast.
Google is laying off massive numbers of employees in the United States to create growth hubs in India, Mexico, and Ireland, according to Google's CFO, Maria Conchita Gupta O'Reilly. I just made that up. Her name's not that. Mark, do you think that this will cause all the illegal aliens to move back to India, Mexico, and Ireland?
No.
The missus, do you think this is a secret plan from Google to translate $200,000 a year programmer jobs for Indians in San Francisco to $2 an hour jobs for Indians in Mumbai?
Yes.
Both. Would you trust an Irish programmer not to be drunk so that your mom's ventilator would work?
Actually, I thought Ireland had a fairly robust tech industry.
But they drink a lot. I mean, the most Irish person I know is the missus, and
yeah, but
got me there.
They're probably so used to drinking. They're probably so used to drinking that if they didn't drink, that's when they would screw up.
Well, that might be the case. If you, how can you tell if he's drunk? Because you've never seen him sober.
Yeah.
All right. A North Carolina high school student was suspended over using the term illegal alien. During vocabulary discussion, Christian McGee asked if alien meant space aliens or illegal aliens without green cards. Another student got mad and physically threatened McGee. Mark, do you think that student that threatened McGee was a space alien from the planet Zardoz who was sent to prospect for brains?
Probably, because we all know how peaceful these the illegal aliens coming across our southern border are.
And that's the way to deal with being called what you are, is to threaten people. Mrs.
Yes.
Is it okay that he threatened McGee if McGee has a really punchable face?
It is, and his first name is Christian, which is triggering and, for non-Christians, so he should be forced to change it.
And what do you think Maria Conchita Gupta O'Reilly would have said? Ay, en Begura. En Begura.
I did not think it would go as far as it did.
She probably would have hired the illegal.
All right. According to the Daily Mail, in a story from this week, the glare of car headlights could be a risk for heart condition. Mark, do you think that if bright car headlights are a risk factor for you, that you might be at risk of a stiff breeze causing you to just keel over?
I worry about that every day. Both of them. You see those bright headlights, your heart starts to hurt, you pull over, you get out of your car to get a little fresh air to maybe help you get over that heart pain, and then suddenly a breeze comes up and freaking next thing you know, you're flopping across the hood, clear across the other side of the car, and down into the ditch.
This seems like a very oddly specific thing for Mark to have put a lot of thought into.
Well, we'll both have more of a chance because the missus, do you think that the British need squinting lessons or do they have to keep a stiff upper eyelid?
That's it. They have to learn how to, what word am I looking for? Horizontally use that stiff upper lip thing. They need to be keeping something stiff.
So both of you, since now the causes of heart disease include gardening, cold showers, climate change, playing soccer, and playing football, do you think that large elephants in the room should be added? You know, the large elephant that Google won't let us talk about? Maybe
no, absolutely not. I'm sure that bright headlights do cause more heart attacks than
other things.
Untested
things. Yes.
I wasn't sure for a minute there which thing that YouTube won't let us talk about that you were talking about. So
yeah, I know, right? All right, NPR CEO Catherine Mayer on The Truth. This is something that the CEO of National Public Radio actually frickin' said. Our reverence for the truth might be a distraction that's getting in the way of finding common ground and getting things done. Mark, did we vote for the wrong jackass?
Oh yeah, probably. I was reading somebody put together a list of some of her tweets and I was going through them. She's a horrible person.
Yes, she is.
Well, did any of you read that article that the guy from NPR wrote about how the culture at NPR had changed over the last 20 years and about how they all are now? That. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Well, guess who got fired?
So you can't talk about the elephant in the room, huh?
No, you cannot.
All right.
Hey, and don't refer to her as an elephant.
No,
I'm just kidding. She is like the I can't remember her name. Anyway, the NPR CEO.
Catherine Meyer.
I mean, I went and looked up her bio and stuff on Wikipedia. I mean, this is sort of the epitome, stereotype, whatever word you want to use, of a globalist with all the different things that she's done. So, I mean, she even went to get educated in a, third world hellhole.
But guess what? Here's something with the missus. What would you say? What would you say if I told you that Catherine Meyer went to the same high school as Sam Hyde?
I don't find that unusual.
He can't keep getting away. He did this to that poor girl.
Yeah.
He can't keep getting away for it. For those of you not in the know.
Sam Hyde, not Sam Bankman-Fried. Sorry. I was the wrong person.
Sam Hyde, yes.
This has been a long week. I'm tired.
For those of you that don't know, there is a competition among people on the internet to get a picture of Sam Hyde put on places like CNN whenever there's a mass shooter. And Sam Hyde, of course, he's just fine with that because he's Sam Hyde. All right, let's move on. Australians are on the run. Thankfully, they have no guns. Aussies went to the mall only to be chased by a machete-wielding...
A what? A what?
Machete-wielding...
that wasn't what you said.
Aussies went to the mall only to be chased by machete-wielding members of the Religion of Peace. Mark, aren't you glad that Australians can't defend themselves from peaceful murderers?
I'm sure they are. I mean, they voted for it.
Yes. Well, no, wait a minute. If it's like the United States, who voted for this? Who voted for this? Exactly when was the vote held and who voted for this?
Oh, I know. But, I mean, they haven't done anything about it. They all were happy. Oh, yeah, we got rid of our guns. We'll be so safe. We'll never have another mass murder in our history.
The missus in Australia, don't you have to hold the machete upside down or it will come back to chase you?
How many knife attacks have they had in the last week? That's like 3 that I think I know of.
3 that you know of.
They had the mass murder with the bisexual guy, and then they had the religion of peace guy that attacked some bishop down there and didn't kill him, but wounded him and a couple others, and then they had this machete attack.
But you didn't let the missus answer. The missus in
Okay.
Australia, don't you have to hold the machete upside down or it will come back to chase you?
Yes, I said yes, absolutely you did.
Oh, okay.
And Codex, by the way, in chat says who, and I'm not sure who Codex is asking about. So if you're asking about the NPR guy, that guy's name is Yuri Berliner. It's spelled like Berlin, but with an ER on the end. And I think he has a Substack. He might have been interviewed by something. Anyway, Google his name. Yeah.
Hey, I think that translates to jelly donut.
Yeah,
okay.
Probably so.
All right. More than 30 million people downstream of Lake Powell might be facing a water crisis because they forgot to, maintain the pipes. Mark, aren't people who live in the desert like desert rats and get their moisture from their food and don't need water? Haven't they evolved beyond that?
I don't know. I mean, I know that one part of the affected area will be Las Vegas, and I'm pretty sure they get most of their water from alcohol. Alcoholic beverages, I should say, but the ice.
Well, I don't drink water because I know what fish do in it. All right, the missus. How many refunds?
No refunds.
Prince Harry cuts ties with the family business, lists the United States as his residence for the first time. Mark, does Prince Harry prove that redheaded stepchildren deserve to be beaten?
Yes.
The missus, isn't it a shame how rough Prince Harry's life has been?
I know. Don't you feel sorry for him? I mean, can you just imagine how difficult that was? Never having to pay for anything yourself, having everything handed to you, literally eating dinner off a silver platter. I know, the hardship.
Yeah. I think
he has to play polo in hot weather.
And his brother one time made fun of him. I don't know how he takes it.
Shut up, buttons. Again, of YouTubers of lesser note, there is a YouTuber, maybe we'll link to him, Daniel Boland, who continually makes fun of Harry and Meghan.
Funny, yeah.
He has a just genius one. They have a new Netflix series. Anyway, I'll skip there. From the What Were They Thinking department, the FBI internal documents showed the FBI was worried about white supremacists hooking up with Islamic extremists. Mark, how could they get one FBI agent to be both a white supremacist and an Islamic extremist?
Well, he'd have to be a ventriloquist and use a puppet. So he's got his puppet in one arm, like Ahmed, and then he's the white supremacist.
The missus.
Mm-hmm.
Do you think the FBI has uncovered the real plot of the white supremacist to just sit around and enjoy the downfall of the United States on the couches with some pizza?
I think that's it.
Okay. All right, and we are up to the ultimate and final Think Real Fast item. After several days, the Israelis haven't responded to the Iranian response to the Israeli bombing of the Iranians. If you're keeping a scorecard, you don't, because they've been bombing each other since forever. Mark, do you think this is all because their country name just starts with I and they are jealous of each other?
That's probably about as good an explanation as any other.
Okay. The missus
Mm-hmm.
is the real deep reason that there's no I in team.
The real deep reason. There's no I in that either.
Well, on that note,
hang on. I laughed here because I literally just found something that I thought was so funny that it made me laugh. So let me just pop it up there on the screen. Since we started with cats, let's end with cats.
There you go. All right. Let's finish up with Think Real Fast to get a closer.
Think real fast.
Codex notes Iran, Iraq, Israel, and I responded, and iPod, and iPhone. All right. Any last notes for the week? Mark?
Are we in the Think Real Fast?
No, we're done. We have thought real fast.
You have to give me the cue again because you gave it, but then we had other stuff, so you have to do it again.
Think real fast. We're done with it.
Right. So we're done with that, but you gave me the out cue for the show.
Oh, no, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry.
Okay. Then you cannot say the phrase on that note because that's the out cue for the show.
I know.
No, clearly you don't.
Anything else, Mark?
I like turtles. No, I don't actually.
Here, let me help Mark out with that one.
You anti-herpesist?
I like turtles.
Quizzer notes that because of the Iran, Iraq, Israel, we should Dewey Decimal the countries and not alphabetize them. Oh, and I think those three countries would go right next to Katie Couric sphincter. Okay, the missus, do you have anything to add to that?
Oh, I think it's been said and done.
All right. Well, on that note, I'd like to thank everyone for coming to Bombs and Bants and Wednesday Rants. I'm John.
And this has been Mark.
Let me just wait.
I'm just gonna sleep. I'm just gonna sleep. I'm just gonna sleep until we hit the post on this. So then I can take, because it's way too early. Here it comes.
Well, thanks everyone for coming, and we'll be back next week with more hijinks.
And I'm the missus. Y'all come back now, you hear?